Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're untangling three incredibly common verbs that English learners use interchangeably all the time, but, well, definitely shouldn't. We're looking at keep, stay, and remain. It's a vocabulary trap that catches even advanced speakers, but by the end of our time together, you're going to know exactly how to use them with total confidence.
All right, let's just dive right in with a simple question. It's one that trips up almost everyone when they're trying to sound fluent under pressure. Picture this. You're in a situation and you want to tell someone not to lose their cool. Which word actually makes you sound the most natural? Is it keep, stay, or remain?
So we've got keep calm, stay calm, and remain calm. Here's the secret. All three of these phrases, totally grammatically correct. Seriously. But native English speakers feel this massive, really subtle shift in tone between them. Depending on the one you choose, you're communicating completely different levels of emotion and formality.
The tricky thing is that they all share a core definition. Whether you're using keep, stay, or remain, you're talking about continuing an action, not changing or maintaining a specific state. And that shared baseline is exactly why they're so frustratingly easy to confuse. But look, they aren't twins. Think of them more like cousins with very, very different personalities.
Let's jump right into section 1. Keep active and dynamic.
To really nail these words, we're going to give them personalities. Let's personify keep as the active fighter of the group. Keep is dynamic. It's active. It literally requires effort. Whenever you use keep, you're implying that something is actively happening, or you're physically or mentally working really hard to maintain a state. You aren't just sitting back, you're putting real energy into the situation.
So here's your grammar formula for fluency with our active fighter. First, use keep plus an ing verb for nonstop action, like keep going or keep trying. Second, use keep plus an adjective for a state you really have to work at. Keep calm means you're actively fighting off panic. Keep quiet means you're forcing yourself not to speak. And finally, keep plus a noun is for holding on to something, like keep a secret or keep your word.
Check out this quote. It perfectly captures that dynamic nature. She kept talking even though nobody was listening. The person here is actively, persistently continuing an action without stopping. It's an energetic, totally unstoppable force. Moving right along to section 2.
If keep is a fighter, stay is your relaxed friend. It's the most everyday word of the three. It focuses purely on a natural state. It's passive. It really just means to be. There's no fighting, no active effort at all. You're just remaining exactly as you naturally are.
The formula for our relaxed friend looks a bit different. First, stay plus an adjective is for passively maintaining an attitude. Stay positive or stay safe. It's a warm, natural wish. Second, stay plus a place is for resting in a physical location or accommodation, like we stayed at a beautiful hotel. And third, stay pops up in super common everyday expressions like stay out of it or stay tuned.
But hey, English is wonderfully confusing sometimes, right? Think about keep in touch versus stay in touch. Now, I know I just told you that keep is active and stay is passive, but in this one specific, everyday context, both of these phrases mean the exact same thing. They're totally interchangeable, and people use them constantly. It's just one of those delightful little exceptions you gotta memorize.
All right, section 3, remain, formal and official.
So if keep is the active fighter and stay is the relaxed friend, then remain is absolutely the serious professional of our trio. You're mostly going to see remain in writing. It's serious, official, and highly formal. You'll spot it in news reports, official public announcements, and those high-pressure professional situations where casual words just won't cut it.
Here's the pattern. We use remain plus an adjective for highly formal commands, like a flight attendant telling you to remain seated. We use it for lingering, unfinished mysteries, like questions remain unanswered, or much work remains to be done. And lastly, we use it for maintaining an official career role, like she remained manager of the team for 15 years.
To really grasp the gravity of this word, listen to this. The pilot remained calm throughout the emergency. Now, you wouldn't use the casual stay calm here. And honestly, even the active keep calm doesn't quite capture the extreme professionalism required. This is a highly serious, terrifying situation where remain calm just feels perfectly officially appropriate.
Now for Section 4, the head-to-head comparison.
Imagine everything is going completely wrong at work. Notice how this single, difficult situation produces 3 totally different tones. If you want to encourage active effort, you use keep. Just keep going. Do not stop now. If you want a natural, relaxed vibe, you use stay. Stay positive. Things will improve. And if you're describing the formal distance someone maintained, you go with remain. She remained professional despite the pressure. That's 3 sentences, 1 situation, and 3 vastly different tones.
Let's move to Section 5, the real-world conversation test. Let's look at how this plays out in the wild. Picture 2 friends chatting after a really stressful presentation. Listen to this sentence. My hands kept shaking at the beginning, but I remained composed and just kept going. That right there is a masterpiece of native fluency. In just 1 sentence, you've got the active, unstoppable action of handshaking with kept, contrasted perfectly with the formal, impressive, inward control of remaining composed under immense pressure.
And how about this one? The nervous feeling always remains before I start, but I'm learning to keep it under control. Here, the speaker uses remains for a lingering, stubborn, almost official feeling that just sits there, totally unresolved. But they immediately switch to keep, because controlling that terrible anxiety requires active, dynamic effort. You literally have to fight it. You have to keep it under control.
To summarize everything we've uncovered in this explainer, I want you to lock these 3 personified identities right into your memory. If you want to show effort and dynamic action, call on keep, the active fighter. For a natural, effortless, everyday state, call on stay, the relaxed friend. And if you're in a formal, official, or highly serious situation, call on remain, the serious professional. Memorize these personas, and you're always going to choose the exact right word for the moment.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought. We just learned that keep requires active, dynamic effort to push through adversity. So, applying what we've learned today about that active fighter, what is the phrase you keep telling yourself when things get tough? Think about it and keep practicing. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.